I'm about to do something really stupid. I'm going to try and build a $20,000 per month business in 90 days. And I'm going to film every second of it. Every rejection, every failure, every moment I want to quit. Why? Because I'm tired of gurus showing you the Lamborghini, but never showing you the actual work. See, here's what I know. I know the math. I know that 40,000 cold emails plus specific other touches is going to equal 10 clients. I know the service, AI automation that prints money for businesses. I know the system, 4 channels, progressive complexity and compounded results. In 90 days, we'll both find out. And whether I succeed or fail spectacularly, you'll have the exact blueprint of what worked and what didn't. No editing, no hiding, no BS. So if you're ready to watch someone change their life or crash and burn. Now, my name is Joel House. I've built my agency to $146,000 a month, and I'm doing this series right now to give you total transparency on what it's going to require to start entire new campaigns, to start from scratch and to build a pipeline with trackable sales, trackable outreach, trackable conversations, real learnings, deals I'm going to talk about publicly, and everything in between. So you see the behind the scenes of what it takes. Now, anyone here can start and follow along this journey, and I invite you to subscribe to the channel. I invite you to click the link below and join my school group, where I'm going to be providing Q&As. I'm going to be answering every question you have about every video to help you get this going for yourself as well. I'm going to challenge you to follow along. I'm going to challenge you to do what it takes to crush it and to grow your own business. So let's jump into the computer and let's get things started. Now, this is my 90 days to $20,000 a monthly recurring revenue. This is not me trying to hit 120K a month. This is to build a business that will generate you nearly $250,000 a year. So what does that look like? Well, the system I'm using, and I'm going to be using live, is a system I've developed this year. This isn't what built my agency back in the day. This is what's working now. So an agency owner from 2024, they were frustrated. They'd send another proposal and they'd be in a feast or famine cycle. Today, this system with 5 to 10 clients and retainer is going to blow your flipping mind. And right now you've got the ability to choose which side of history you're going to be on. You see, Blockbuster ignored Netflix, taxis ignored Uber, and hotels ignored Airbnb. And right now, most agencies are ignoring AI. And while others are debating if AI is real, I'm going to be building a $20,000 a month new pipeline in 90 days, live in public with nothing hidden. And that's the journey that you are on as well. So here's a question. If you were to start a business, if you were to start a restaurant, would you prefer to be starting the restaurant in the alley? Would you prefer to have good food, good service, but be begging for customers? That's like selling WordPress websites or SEO in 2025, where if you would prefer to have your restaurant on Times Square in New York, the same food, the same levels of service, you'd have lines out the door. And that's what AI is. AI services at Times Square. And by following this process, you are literally buying Times Square real estate. And trust me, we are so early. This is Bitcoin at $100 early. Now, here's a confession, guys. I have tried literally everything to get clients over the last 10 years. I've spent tens of thousands of dollars on advertising. I've spent months doing content marketing for my agency and landed 0 clients. I've done cold calling, which has crushed my soul. And I've sent emails. I've sent hundreds of thousands of emails and generated nothing. And through that process, I've learned what works. And guys, I'm not a guru. I don't make my money teaching. I make my money in my agency, where I still serve dozens of clients every single month. This is what's going to walk you through there. I'm nothing different to you. I've just got 10 years experience. And that's why I'm doing this, to show you how to catch up quick. So what are we doing here? We're going to turn a maybe into a mathematical certainty. If you know anything about my approach to business, it's math. Math doesn't lie. So to go from maybe to a mathematical certainty, we're not going from, I hope this works, what if it fails, the market's saturated. We're going with math. We're going to say, you know what, if we do 40,000 touches across the various methods I'm going to cover quickly in this video, and then I'm going to walk and explain to you over the next 12 weeks, and then you follow through, it's not an if you're going to hit 20,000. It's a when, because math doesn't lie. And this isn't meant as motivational BS. This is math, and math doesn't care about your feelings. So how are we going to get to $20,000 a month? Well, there's a few different ways. My target is 6 clients at an average of $3,333 a month. Okay? Now, it could end up being 10 clients at $2,000 a month. It could end up being 5 clients at $4,000 a month. It really depends on what comes through the pipeline, what their needs are. I'm not going to tell them what they need. I'm going to diagnose what they need. And then from the various services that I sell, and I'm going to teach you through this, I'm going to diagnose and say, hey, this is what I'd recommend for you. So whatever it is, it's going to be roughly that sort of formula. Now, 6 clients, maybe 10 clients. Heck, you might end up with 15 clients. There's a world of 8 billion people out there. You don't need very much. Now, this is why I'm doing this in public, because we have an unfair advantage right now. You see, businesses need what we're selling. AI is not optional anymore. Pierre D. Munders said it again at this year's Abundance 360. He said businesses that are not fully implementing AI by the end of this decade are probably going to be out of business. So it's not an if but or maybe anymore. Now, businesses don't know how to do it, and your goal is to make it simple. And that's what we're going to be doing here. We're going to be focusing on instant ROI through database reactivation and dead lead revival, and we're not going to be competing. You see, we're not going to be competing with selling websites, selling SEO, selling AdWords, selling chatbots, selling voice AI. I don't do any of that. I focus where the money is and a very provable ROI for businesses. And of course, through this challenge, you may see me sell the different things depending on people's needs. You see, this is ultimately like selling water in the desert, except the desert is every business in America, the UK, in Europe, in Australia. It's businesses globally. You can sell in any business. I know someone who made a stack of money years ago selling SEO in Singapore. Never even thought of selling in Singapore. So guys, this is going to be our progressive assault strategy, okay? Week 1, we're going to secure the beachhead. Okay, this is where we're going to start our warm outreach. Week 2, we're going to provide some air support with cold email. Week 3, we're going to bring the ground forces in with LinkedIn and also what I call a podcast campaign, which is really, really cool. And I'm still hesitant if I'm actually going to show the mechanics of that on YouTube, or if you're going to need to join my group for that one, because it's very powerful stuff. Week 5 is going to be special ops. This is where we start launching our Dream 100 campaign to really double down on those clients that, rather than going for 5K, these guys are probably going to be more in that, so rather than 2K, these guys are probably going to be more in that 5 to 10K month range. And that's why we're Dream 100ing them. And then week 12, we're going to be celebrating some victory. And guys, week 12, I've got a new baby coming in week 12, so I've got a hard deadline. So this isn't random tactics, guys. This is coordinated warfare on mediocrity. And you're going to see that through this. We are not settling for mediocrity. So why do others fail and why won't you? See, other people try everything at once, which creates overwhelm. They try and launch 2,000 emails a day and LinkedIn and social media and Twitter. And we're not doing that crap. We're starting strategically. This is a philosophy that I've built over the last 10 years, and I'm going to be bringing it through in a very methodical fashion. A lot of people also give up at week 3, which means they never get time to actually get momentum. Remember, your calendar from this month was created last month. It's not created this month. They have no tracking, which means they're flying blind. They don't see, are things actually getting closer? And ultimately, a lot of people run this as a solo journey. They've got no accountability. In the group, in the school group, that's going to be the accountability partner for this entire challenge. And ultimately, guys, this is your path to progressive tracked. This is going to be progressive, tracked, public, and supported, okay? I'm doing this in public. I can't quit, I can't hide, and I can't fake numbers. So we're gonna be running a really unique strategy about week 4, and it's gonna give you guys a quick teaser here, because it's what I call the Trojan Horse revolution. The horse is the podcast interview, and inside the podcast interview is actually a discovery call. I'm just gonna leave it at that, guys. They literally are going to raise their hand and say, yes, I want to talk with you. And you're gonna get response rates that are way above anything you've ever seen. And it's because you're gonna provide value, you're gonna provide them with marketing collateral, and you're gonna get a discovery call to literally diagnose them as to what they need to buy. Now that's just one strategy we're gonna be running. If we relied purely on that, you'd have a too long a pipeline transition. That's why we're gonna be running multiple pipelines. So this is where we're gonna be bringing the compound effect in. Week 1, we're gonna be launching 1 channel. Our target is 8 meetings. Now those 8 meetings, 8 scheduled meetings. The likelihood of you booking 8 meetings in the first week that you launch any form of campaign is extraordinarily slim. So we're gonna start things, and then you're gonna see the effects several weeks later. If you guys have not read the book, The Compound Effect, go and read it now, and at the very least summarize it, because that book is gonna give you half the lessons you need for this challenge to work. By week 3, we're gonna be running 3 channels, which will be generating about 20 meetings a week. By week 6, we'll have 4 channels running, and we'll be generating about 25 meetings a week. Now let me ask you, if you're generating 25 meetings a week, what's the likelihood of you closing at least 4 clients? You're doing something wrong if you're not. And then by week 9, you're gonna start getting referrals to kick in. If we hit our goal early, I'm gonna throw you guys a supercharged referral strategy where you're just gonna blow this thing from 20 to 50K real quick. So this isn't linear growth. The first 4 weeks will probably be a little boring, but things are gonna get real spicy after that. So before we go any further, we need to have a daily reality check chat. This is not gonna be easy. And I'm not gonna lie to you, this is gonna require work. It's gonna require a lot of work. But ultimately, it's 90 days of hard work for years of freedom, because once you get foundation and momentum, it's gonna crush it. So what are we doing? 2 hours every morning is gonna be the outreach grind. That's gonna be running your campaigns, managing your campaigns, setting up new campaigns. You're gonna be doing 2 hours worth of sales calls. And there's gonna be a lot of rejection in that, guys. But the good news is if you position it correctly, the rejection's not gonna be that bad. People are gonna be like, hey, it's not for me right now. It's not cold calling. There's gonna be roughly an hour of follow-up hustle, and then you have some time for admin and tracking. This is not delivering the work. This is acquiring that many clients that rapidly. So what we're talking about here is the portfolio of proof. And there's gonna be some elements that I'm gonna be walking you through how to build that are gonna provide this. It's gonna help your clients go, hey, this is exactly what I need. Actually, when can we talk? You know, people are gonna start thinking. And what you're gonna end up with is recurring payment notifications and a booked calendar. So what I'm gonna be providing every week, I'm gonna be providing no BS tracking, which means I'm gonna be providing tracking on every email that's sent, every reply that's tracked, every meeting gonna be recorded, and every dollar's gonna be counted. I'm not necessarily gonna bombard you guys with 20 hours of content on this. I'm gonna condense it down so you can see the key moments that's gonna crush it. And I'm gonna update this weekly. You're gonna see my failures too. Trust me, there's gonna be some massive failures along the way. It's how life works. Even after 10 years in this agency and 15 years in the industry, and having generated nearly $8 million in revenue, trust me, I fail every week. But here's my commitment to you. My promise is I'm gonna give you real numbers every week. I'm gonna show you all the templates I'm gonna use. I'm gonna troubleshoot stuff live. If you've got questions, I'll shoot you a Loom video. We may even run some FAQ calls as we get into it. If people are showing me proof they're executing. There's gonna be no BS and no fluff, and success or failure. You're gonna see it all. And ultimately, guys, I'm betting my reputation on this publicly. I'm publicly standing up and saying, this is working and this is what I do. I know what I'm talking about. There's way too many gurus around that talk about things that don't back it up or can't back it up. So we're building an army here. This isn't just my journey. At the moment, I've got about 100 people from my emails, from YouTube, from private messages that are committed to doing this with me. And I'd love you to be joining this this challenge. So I'd like you to jump into the school group below and get into it. Join the army, guys. Like, do it with us, or watch and learn. Like, that's cool too. Sometimes you need to see the world and see the end outcome and be like, wow, that worked. Now I can just follow along and do it again. So here's the immediate action you guys need to take. Firstly, subscribe to follow the journey. Second, join the school group to get the templates for free. My group's free, guys. There's no charge in there. And then third, you need to start. You see, your 90 days begins now. Or you can watch me for 90 days. Start with the proof, see how it works, and then action. You're cool. But next week's video, I'm going to be showing you the number of meetings booked, the number of pipeline dollars created. Did I get my first client from this pipeline? Like, this is not my first client, just to clarify. Obviously, with $8 million of revenue, there's a lot of clients there. But this is the first client from this pipeline. And I'm going to be able to show you trackable proof that that revenue came from an email I sent in this time frame. And then I'm going to show you every mistake that I made. So this is an overview. I'm going to be shooting the actionable week 1 video in the next few days so that you can see everything. And guys, 7 days from now, you can see real results. The final question is, where will you be in 90 days? Will you be in the same place still hoping? Or will you be where I will be, which is close to 20K a month? I'm not saying you're going to make 20K a month. I'm saying that's my goal. There is no financial claims that if you watch my free YouTube video or join my free group, give me $0 in any part of this, that you're going to make money. I just want to be very clear. There's no financial claims here. This is what my targets are. So the only difference is I'm starting now. So with that said, guys, I'm going to see you in 7 days, probably sooner. I'm still going to be dropping my regular content. There's still other videos that I'm releasing through this that you need to watch to support it, such as some of the objection handling, some of the mindset elements, some of the understanding of core marketing. All these videos are crucial for you to understand how to execute upon what we're building here. So with that said, have an amazing day. Subscribe. I'll see you in the next video, and hopefully I'll see you in the school group. Let's go.